So you want to know about crime in Raleigh, North Carolina. Well, everybody's dream is to move to this city that is close to the beach, that is close to the mountains, that has great universities, great job opportunities, amazing for business growth. But what about crime? Hi, I'm Yoana and I'm a real estate broker in the Raleigh area. I've been doing this for 10 plus years and I moved here with my family from Los Angeles, California, and I'm here to talk to you about crime. I'm here to give you some stats, and I'm also here to tell you about how we feel as a family in this area in Raleigh and the suburbs of Raleigh. So definitely stay with me till the end because I do have some really cool stuff coming up for you, great information. And also, if this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe and follow my channel so you can be the first one to learn everything about living in Raleigh, North Carolina. So Raleigh is this wonderful place to live in, right? There's a lot of people coming here, a lot of relocation is happening from California, from New York, from New Jersey, from Texas. We see people come here every single day and the number is significant. A lot of the schools are capped. However, people still want to come here. Why is Google, Epic Games, all these amazing biotech companies, why is this growth happening in the Raleigh area? And how do people feel about crime? Right, so there's a reason why they're moving, but then if you look at the news, there's a lot of contradictory information. So I'm here to address that information and also give you some inside scoop. So let's dive into some stats first. The deadliest year in the history, okay, or whatever some people have called 2022, this is pretty legit from a perspective of just the 49 homicides that have happened in Raleigh in 2022 compared, of course, to the year before. I mean, it is a 49% increase, year-to-year increase, which is definitely a legit concern, right? So Raleigh's 49 homicides in 2022 is the highest single year tally since the FBI actually started to keep track or comprehensive records of actual violent crime statistics in 1995. So the crime rate in Raleigh is considerably higher than the national average across all communities in America, from the largest to the smallest. Although at 27 crimes per 1,000 residents, it's really not among the communities with the very highest crime rate. The chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime in Raleigh is 1 in 37. And based on FBI crime data, Raleigh is not one of the safest communities in America. But relative to North Carolina, Raleigh has a crime rate that is higher than 73% of the state's cities and towns of all sizes. However, important thing to remember, compared to other communities of similar population size, Raleigh has a crime rate that is noticeably lower than the average. This means that for comparably sized cities all across America, Raleigh is actually safer than most according to Neighborhood Scout's exclusive analysis of FBI crime data. So in order to give you a better sense of what the crime situation really is in Raleigh, it's really good to look at some objective data. So overall, Raleigh's violent crime rate is lower than the national average, and it is actually lower than other cities such as Charlotte and Greensboro. However, just as with every other city, there are certain areas in Raleigh, North Carolina, where crime rates are higher than others. So what can you actually do in order to stay safe in Raleigh? It is important to be aware of your surroundings, and you need to take basic precautions, right? You need to lock your doors and windows, especially at night. Second, it is a very, very good idea to actually get involved in your community. Raleigh has several community programs to promote safety and engagement, including those neighborhood watch programs. So definitely be involved. So of course, once you stay involved in the community, you are going to notice the benefits of actually living in Raleigh. And of course, it has a lot to offer. I mean, it has a booming job market, many opportunities like technology, healthcare, education. Also, the city has major, like several universities, right? NC State, UNC Chapel Hill, Duke. Also, it is a cultural hub with many art galleries, museums, and theaters. And so the city pretty much is thriving, and it also has great food scene, many excellent restaurants, and that also serve a variety of cuisines. So also, if you want to be outdoors, if you love to be outdoors, Raleigh has a lot of parks. I mean, it has more than 200 parks with miles of hiking and biking trails, the playgrounds, the greenways, probably you've heard about them. So several lakes, rivers, you can go kayaking, you can go swimming, fishing. So there's so much happening here in the Raleigh area that you definitely have to put it on your to-do list to at least come and visit and figure out for yourself whether or not it is a good place, it is a safe place. So with that in mind, I am going to take you, and that was going to be the surprise, by the way, I am going to take you to a neighborhood that is, in a very good price point. And I am going to check out how someone that lives in Raleigh feels about the area, and just kind of show you around a little bit. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to interview a good friend of mine that was also a client of mine and has been living in Raleigh for many years. And I want her to talk to you guys directly about what she feels about Raleigh, crime rate. She lives in a wonderful neighborhood, but I have to say, it's not an expensive neighborhood. And a lot of people say, well, if we go in a $300,000, $400,000 price point, it's going to be something that, I'm worried about the crime rate. So I want Shirley to actually tell you what she feels, and coming just directly from her. Hi.
Hello.
How do you feel about living in Raleigh and crime, and how safe do you feel? And how long have you lived here?
Okay. I've actually lived in the house I'm in about 6.5 years. And before that, it was 11 years in Cary. So I've known Yoana all that time. She's helped me with both homes. And I wanted to be closer to downtown and a daughter. So I live just 5 minutes from here, under 10 minutes. And I have 1/3 of an acre. All the homes where I live, most of them are brick and 1-story and have acreage, and it's a wonderful neighborhood. There's no crime. I've never been afraid there. Even in Cary, it was no crime. I don't have any fear of that, and I enjoy where I live. I have neighbors that are young and old. It's a mixed neighborhood. It's just delightful. You see babies and you see older people walking and their dogs, and really nice people. So I like where I live, and I would recommend it. It's very safe.
And how about just Raleigh generally?
Yeah, Raleigh, I've been here since '81, so I've seen quite a bit of growth. And I knew that coming in. I did a little research, so I was expecting the growth, but boy, there's been a lot of growth. And with that comes changes, of course. And but I still feel it's a really safe city. I just can't imagine any place else being better than this.
Right. So, as I said, you guys, we've been here since 2011 with our family. Relocated from Romania to LA, and then we came here. And it's hard to compare LA, right, or San Francisco to North Carolina. Raleigh is so small compared to these big metropolis areas. However, people that are worried about crime should really not be worried.
You should not be worried.
Should not be worried at all. It's like it almost feels like too good to be true, to be honest, right? It's almost like we're living in this bubble. And yes, some break-ins into cars, and yes, the homicide, which you've seen, which has increased, and a lot of things have changed with COVID in many cities and states and throughout the world. Things have not been the same, and with the influx of people, the growth, things are changing. But overall, I also have 2 children. I walk the streets of Raleigh, Cary, Apex, Holly Springs, like some of them being some of the best places to live in North Carolina and in the country, and some of the safest, for example, Holly Springs. And so please feel free to also watch some of the other videos that I have, so you can get a feeling of the the vlogs that I have about like Raleigh, houses for sale in Raleigh, or like what to see in Raleigh. We will put all those videos there, so feel free to watch more so you can get a better understanding of what Raleigh has to offer. Thank you so much, Shirley, for sharing your opinion.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it, and thank you again for watching. Till the next video.